First, the highlights. Lagos State Governor urges Nigerian youths to embrace opportunities, shun shortcuts to success. Federal government reaffirms commitment to tackling non-communicable diseases in Africa. On the foreign scene, United States President, Israeli Prime Minister holds second meeting for Gaza ceasefire talks. And in sport, Nigeria Junior D Tigers off to Czech Republic for Under-19 Basketball World Cup. Now the details. I am Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has advised Nigerian youth to be focused, persevere and understand their purpose in life, saying it is important they know that there is no shortcut to success. The governor gave this charge during an interactive session with Class 2025 scholars of the Nigeria Higher Education Foundation, NHEF, led by the Vice Chairman of the Foundation, Ifeoma Nwokore, in Ikeja, Lagos. Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Deputy Governor, Obafemi Hamzat, stressed that success is about focusing on the right things, taking opportunities and thinking of how they can add value to the society. He said that they must endeavor to develop themselves so that they can be first among the equals in whatever profession they find themselves. Earlier in her remarks, Vice Chairman, Nigeria Higher Education Foundation, Ifeoma Nwokore, said the institution has visited to gain first-hand experience on how governance and policy shape the youth as individuals and move the country forward. Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, in partnership with the Public Service Office, has commenced an intensive entrepreneurship training program designed specifically for retiring and retired civil servants. Speaking at the launch of the capacity building exercise, Commissioner, Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, Akeyemi Ajibotafe, said the initiative is a decisive step to secure the welfare of public officers beyond active service. He expressed the desire of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to ensure that all government employees, serving or retired, live a good life and enjoy financial freedom. The Commissioner emphasized that the initiative is a critical part of the state government's strategy to support a seamless transition into post-service life. Ajibotafe noted that equipping retirees with practical business knowledge, financial management skills, and hands-on vocational training would help them build sustainable sources of income and remain economically active after retirement. Delivering a goodwill message on behalf of the head of service, Olabode Aguru, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Sheson Ogundeko, commended the initiative, describing it as an invaluable tool to help retirees shift from wage earners to wealth creators. The training-themed Entrepreneurship Beyond Service Retire, Reignite, Build offers practical sessions in areas like business planning, innovative enterprise development, funding opportunities, and hands-on training in ventures such as fish farming, poultry, soap and detergent production, and the manufacture of household disinfectants. The Nigeria Customs Service, Murtala Mohammed International Airport Command, has engaged stakeholders including the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the National Financial Intelligence Unit and passengers, among others, to tackle money laundering and terrorism financing. Speaking at the event themed Anti-Money Laundering, Counter-Financing Terrorism Procedures, the Customs Area Controller in charge of the command, Effiong Harrison, said the forum is apt, especially as it concerns inward and outward declaration of foreign currencies, negotiable instruments, precious stones or metals at the designated desk of NCS's Anti-Money Laundering Unit. He said since the last sensitization earlier this year, The command has made remarkable progress on multiple fronts through interventions and engagements with relevant stakeholders and other government agencies, as well as the traveling public. According to him, this has resulted in the interceptions of non-declaration, false declaration, and undeclaration of currencies with the suspects, which are handed over to the EFCC for further necessary action. The federal government has reiterated its commitment to setting the power sector on the path of sustainability and bankability by prioritizing the different reforms being undertaken in the industry. This, it said, is critical to the economic growth and development of the nation. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu stated this at the Mission 300 Stakeholders Engagement meeting in Abuja, where he announced that the estimated investment required is $32.8 billion, with $15.5 billion expected from the private sector. Adelabu noted that the government is on course to develop a plan to transition the sector to a fully cost-reflective regime while introducing targeted subsidies to cushion the impact of economically vulnerable citizens. The mission is to provide electricity to 300 million unserved people in Africa. Now to the rest of the stories. Nigeria has reaffirmed its leadership in tackling the rising burden of non-communicable diseases, NCDs, in Africa. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Isiaq Salako, said this while declaring open the second international conference on Pen Plus in Africa, ICPPA 2025. Salako highlighted that NCDs account for nearly 30% of deaths in Nigeria, with a majority occurring in individuals between the ages of 30 and 69, emphasizing the need for increased political will, greater investment, and multi-sectoral coordination to effectively address the growing threat. He said the federal government has developed a national policy and strategic plan for Africa for action for NCD prevention and control, alongside the NPEN program to be implemented in primary healthcare centers, focusing on strengthening secondary healthcare facilities through trained personnel. Also, Acting Director for Communicable and Non-Communicable Disease at the World Health Organization Regional Office for Africa, Akbaka Kalu, said early detection, healthy living, and decentralized healthcare are critical to tackling non-communicable diseases across the continent. Kalu explained that WHO is advocating that health interventions should begin from the primary healthcare centers and not only at specialized hospitals. Akwa Ibom-born State Governor Umar Eno has approved a 20,000 naira monthly allowance for all members of the National Youth Service Corps NYSC serving in the state. This new initiative, which takes effect from August 1, complements the governor's recent directive increasing the monthly stipend for corps members serving within the state from 5,000 to 20,000 naira. As part of resolutions from the latest State Executive Council meeting, the allowance falls under the Renewed Hope Arise Youth Support Initiative, designed to ease the financial burden on corps members and enhance their welfare. The United States Department of State has limited non-immigrant and non-diplomatic visas issued to citizens of Nigeria to a single entry with a 3-month validity period. In a statement on Tuesday, the U.S. mission in Nigeria said the move aligned with the Donald Trump administration's reciprocal non-immigrant visa policy, impacting several countries, including Nigeria. The mission said U.S. non-immigrant visas issued before July 8, 2025 would retain their status and validity. It said that U.S. visa criteria and standards are designed to protect the integrity of the U.S. immigration system. The mission encouraged Nigerian travelers to respect and adhere to the terms of their visas and ensure travel documents are authentic, accurate, and up to date. Now to foreign news. United States President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met on Tuesday evening for the second time in as many days to discuss the ongoing war in Gaza. The meeting came after Trump's Middle East envoy, Steve Witkoff, suggested Israel and Hamas had one remaining issue to agree on for a 60-day ceasefire deal. Earlier on Tuesday, Netanyahu met Vice President J.D. Vance. He also met Trump for several hours during a dinner at the White House on Monday. It marks Netanyahu's third state visit to the U.S. since Trump's second term. The meeting of the two leaders lasted around 2 hours. The ongoing Gaza war began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas attacked Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages, according to Israeli figures. According to the territory's Hamas-run health ministry, Israel's retaliatory offensive has killed at least 57,500 in Gaza. Now, sport. 12 Nigeria Junior D Tigers players and officials have left the country for Czech Republic, venue of the FIBA Under-19 World Cup. The Nigeria Basketball Federation, NBBF, announced the players on Tuesday ahead of the team's departure for the tournament. The Junior Tigers would be led by the technical trio of Faustina Juliana as head coach, Yegifa Atoye, associate head coach, and Suwa Chinedu Stone, assistant coach. Nigeria's opening game in Group B of the World Cup is against China on July 12 in Borno, while Canada and Portugal complete the group. And that was the news at 10. Just before we go, do not drive without a valid driver's license. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch the news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed watchtowers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? Get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has advised Nigerian youth to be focused, persevere, and understand their purpose in life, saying it is important they know that there is no shortcut to success. Nigeria has reaffirmed its leadership in tackling the recent rising burden of non-communicable diseases, NCDs, in Africa. We also told you that United States President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met on Tuesday evening for the second time in as many days to discuss the ongoing war in Gaza. And in sport, 12 Nigeria Junior Tigers players and officials have left the country for Czech Republic, venue of the FIBA Under-19 World Cup. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagu. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.